Hello, and how is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Oh, unfortunately, this is not good. This is not good at all. Mm-mm. This gentleman has been sentenced to jail for simply saying one or two things about Islam. 24 years. 24 years in jail for speaking against Islam. Tagged you in this on Twitter. Oh, I haven't been on Twitter today. Oof. Hello, and how you doing, Coltastic? Hope you're well. Inquisitor Bacon, good morning. Coltastic, what a shame. It is a shame. Kalitha, hello, Kalita. I hope you're well. It's rather unfortunate, I tell you. It's unfortunate. And it makes me appreciate my it makes me appreciate where I'm at. If this man was in the country where I am now, he'll be a free man. He'll be free to walk about, he'll be free to do whatever he wants to do. He'll be free to live his life. Because here, no one really cares what religion you have. You can go ahead and be whatever religion, as long as you're not trying to shove it down anyone's throat. But in a day, in a time where people can still be jailed for speaking against a religion, it's sad. And it just goes to show that you can't be an atheist in some places. You just can't. Hello everyone. We've got Randolph. Oh, there must be something we can do. I really don't know what. I don't know, but there must be something because I don't know if you guys know about the 10-year-old that was sentenced to 3 years in jail for speaking against Islam in Nigeria. He was 10 at the time the offense happened, but there was such an outcry. How can you jail a 10-year-old? So what ended up happening, I think they threw that case out of court. In fact, maybe let's start with that. Dog, how are you? How is dog? Nope. This is insane. Exactly. This is insane. As an American, I could imagine being persecuted for my thoughts of speech. This is devastatingly sad. I agree. I completely agree. But what did he say? What exactly did Mubarak say? And guys, guess what? This guy he's been in custody. No, there's been nothing done with him. He's just been left there for over, you know what? Let's go and check it out because I don't know. Since I heard this yesterday, I just thought 24 years. That's a long time for speaking against Islam. That's a long time. That's just too long. And no one really should be celebrating this. No one. If your religion is as good as you claim it is, then let your God fight for him or herself. Let their God fight for him or herself or itself, whatever they call their God. It's just madness. And he pled guilty as well. Of course, he would plead guilty. He's been in detention for how many years? Can you imagine being detained for how many years? Let's have a look at this and see what this is about. Mubarak's case is seen as part of a clampdown on the critics of religious orthodoxy in a deeply conservative region. So they're clamping down on the critics of Islam. Nigerian human is jailed for 24 years after pleading guilty to blasphemy. In case some of you didn't know, Mubarak was the president of the Humanist Association of Nigeria before he was arrested. This man has been through so much. When he first came out as an atheist, I think they first took him to a mental asylum place to go and check, to make sure, to see whether he has completely lost it. They first took him to this place to go and check that he has not lost his marbles. Let's have a look at this now. A prominent Nigerian humanist has been sentenced to 24 years in prison after pleading guilty to blasphemy charges in a landmark case that has put a new focus on the threats to freedom of expression in the West African country. Mubarak Bala, the president of the Humanist Association of Nigeria, was sentenced on Tuesday afternoon, only yesterday, 2 years after his arrest at his home in the northern Kaduna state. Let me tell you why this is, what's been done to this man is unfair. He was arrested in Kaduna state, but Kano state happens to be one of the states where, look, they are very firm on their Sharia. Sharia law, if you want to the maximum sentence for anyone who speaks against Islam, Kano state is a place to go. These people arrested him in Kaduna state. I don't know if Kaduna is Sharia. I will have a look now. I don't know if Kaduna State has Sharia in it. Hawiya, hello. Okay, since I saw your post about this. I honestly have no idea what to do. Neither do I. I mean, he said something on Facebook. I don't know. We'll have a look and see what he got off. That's what people have been saying. People have been saying, look, the fact that he's still alive, let's just be thankful. The fact that he's still alive is something to be thankful for. Because the ultimate goal for these people is to kill him. So indeed, dog, gosh, he got off lucky. Some Islamic states, they behead their blasphemers. Someone else was Afro-humanist. Well, if you need a smile while dealing with this, just think about the fact that this morning my house is under a, a worm invasion. Earthworms from all sides trying to get inside. Where did they come from? Where did the earthworms come from? Any government that imprisons a 10-year-old child for blasphemy needs to be overthrown immediately and the child set free, for that government has no sensibility. Well, that's another story in itself, Randolph. That's another story in itself, because the young man was sentenced to 3 years. And because there was so much outcry from people were offering to come and do his sentence for him. People were saying, I will come and do his 3-year sentence for him. There's no need to how can you sentence a child? And so what they decided to do, they decided to throw the case out of court. But the Muslim fanatics were threatening to steal do something to harm that boy. They said, if you bring him back to this community, we will take matters into our own hands. So the good news is that young boy has been granted amnesty to an unknown country, him and his family. And the country where he's been taken to, they've promised to educate him. They've promised to, to sponsor him for as long as he needs it, him and his family. So that's one good thing to come out. But if that boy had stayed in Nigeria, who knows what would have happened? Because you cannot speak against their their savior, their God. Can you imagine? 10-year-old. Mm-mm-mm. So Mubarak Bala, let's see. Mubarak Bala, the president of the Humanist Association of Nigeria, was sentenced on Tuesday after he was arrested at his home in the northern Kaduna state. So he's been in custody since the 28th of April 2020. He was then taken to the neighboring Kano. This was an act that was done to make sure that the maximum sentence is given to him, where calls for action against him had been made by members of the religious establishment in the majority Muslim and conservative state. Bala, the son of a religious scholar in Kano, is an atheist who had been an outspoken religious critic in a staunchly conservative region. He faced death threats and calls for him to be tried for blasphemy after he posted comments critical of Islam on Facebook. Also, yes, Khalitha, yes. His comments were made on Facebook in April 2020. In court on Tuesday, to the surprise of the legal team, Bala requested to change his plea to guilty. One of his lawyers said, just suddenly, he changed his plea and pleaded guilty to the whole 18 count charges. 18 counts. We were in shock. The lawyer said Bala might have seen the guilty plea as a way to end the case. It feels like he felt he should just know his fate. He didn't know when this will come to an end. He may have thought that a guilty plea would have led to some leniency, but the judgment was harsh. Leo Igwe, you know what? I might ask Dr. Leo Igwe to come on my channel to come and speak about this. He will happily come. Leo Igwe, an associate of Bala and the founder of the Humanist Association of Nigeria, said the following. Unfortunately, this is a very sad day for humanism and for human rights in Nigeria. The implication is not good for the humanist movement because it means that humanists will be, by implication, criminals. So, if you're a humanist, like I'm a humanist, if I was still living in Nigeria, the chances are I would not be able to come on live stream and talk like this. I wouldn't have my face. I wouldn't be able to say my name. Mm-mm. Bala's detention and treatment has been condemned by Humanist UK and UN human rights experts. Bala was detained without charge for a year, during which his whereabouts were unknown, and he was denied contact with his lawyer or family for months. A high court in the capital, Abuja, ordered his release on bail, but the ruling was ignored by Nigerian authorities in Kano. His case has been seen as an example of clamping down on voices that judged to be critical of the religious orthodoxy in a deeply conservative region. Bala, this is where it gets really bad, guys. Bala had been previously he had been forcibly committed to a psychiatric facility by his family after he renounced Islam. Guys, how does this hurt the God of Islam? How, if someone says, I no longer want to be a Muslim, I want to be non-religious, how does this hurt the God of Islam? Who is hurting here? This is the man. Look at this picture here. That's him in the psychiatric ward. Apparently, they injected him with substances. They gave him medicines against his choices. Guys, let me go look in the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. I just promoted this video on Twitter. Thank you. Okay, all right, Randolph. Thank you. So who exactly gets hurt when you speak against Islam? You cannot know if Kaduna or not. You cannot know if it's Kaduna or not. I live in Kaduna. Okay, so the question, Ishak, is Kaduna Sharia? Is Kaduna one of the 12 states that has Sharia? Hello, Kant Hovend. I put Scientology and Islam. Scientology and Islam founders were known pedophiles. Oh, really? I did not know that. I am born in Kano also. The reality is not the same as what is published. Deception and lying is the name of the game. I can appreciate that, Ishak. Therefore, let's see. Is there another comment? Okay, I think I've read that already. This is just crazy. Logging out. Okay, Randolph. See you later. Because hello, Robert X. Because Allah, like all gods, is a petty loser. Indeed. Who exactly gets hurt when someone says, I no longer want to be Islamic. I want to just live without a religion. Would you not rather have somebody just live without a religion than say, I want this religion or that? I mean, who gets hurt exactly? Unless your feelings, the feelings of the ones who are in this religion, their egos get hurt. How dare you say you want to leave Islam? So because he renounced Islam, they forcibly committed him into a psychiatric facility by his family. So following Bala's sentence, Dr. Igwe claims that members of the religious establishment had likely threatened Bala to admit guilt. He was under pressure to admit he was guilty and that otherwise he could die in prison. Oh my goodness. I can just imagine. I can just imagine the kind of threats. They may have threatened him to harm his young family, his wife, his child. It was impressed on him by the authorities in Kano that the only way his family, I guess as much. It was impressed on him by authorities in Kano that the only way his family could be safe was if he admitted that he was guilty. So even against legal advice, he decided to agree and face the consequences. These people threatened to hurt his family. I don't know how people can rejoice over this. I really don't know how this can be a thing that someone would propagate. I'm curious to know what exactly was his what exactly did he say that would what exactly did he say that would so Mubarak, a former Muslim, has been accused of attempting to cause a breach of the public peace. Attempting to cause a breach of the public peace. How do you cause, guys, does any of you know what exactly did Mubarak say? That's something that I really need to go find out. Bala is the president of the Humanist Association of Nigeria. Activists have said that his conviction illustrates the risks of being openly faithless in northern Nigeria, which is predominantly Muslim. Prosecutors in northern Kano State accused Bala of making Facebook posts that insulted the Prophet Muhammad. Mhm. So he made a Facebook post that insulted the Prophet Muhammad and the religion of Islam and attempted to cause a breach of the public peace, according to court documents. What exactly did he say? What exactly did he say? No one is saying, no one is saying exactly what. So it says Bala was tried in a secular court, but could have risked a death sentence in Nigeria's Islamic courts. Oh, I see. So he was tried in a secular court, not the Islamic. Hang on, I thought it was okay. This is interesting. Now, from simply you can assume Kaduna is Sharia if you are in a region where majority is Muslim, like northern Kaduna. Your friends or neighbors will bring the Sharia police to catch you. Mm. Ah, Westerners do not care, that do not see it. The future that conservatives want is nothing more than jail and churches. Lud crestfallen, you're absolutely right. And hello, and how are you doing today? You know what worries me? Since Bala has been in detention, the Christians went silent. The Christians, the Christians in Nigeria went silent because if he's not talking about Islam, he'd probably be talking about Christianity. The only people who've been actively speaking up and actively fighting for this man's release are fellow atheists like himself and the fellow the humanists. I heard a Christian once say, a Christian said that because he's an atheist does not give him the right to be judgmental about the God of Islam. This was a fellow Christian. So the Christians have just gone quiet. They're not bothered because of course it's not a Christian, so it's not their business. Shame on all of you, I tell you. Shame on you. 24 years for hurting Muhammad's feelings. Yes. And they don't even tell us what exactly he said. There is nothing secular in that region. It is just propaganda to fool the outsiders. But Ishak, they're saying that if he was tried in a Sharia uh, court, it was the death sentence. So him being tried in the, but I'm just thinking, since when did secular courts in Nigeria start sentencing people to lengthy sentences for speaking against this? This is nothing to do with secular courts. I don't think This is terrible. His post. Oh, this was the post. Religion is not a person. Long dead people are dead. Gods do not exist. So why fear analysis and critique on works attributed to Islam? Dean, is this what he said? If this is what he said, I don't see anywhere he has said anything about Muhammad. Guys, can you imagine Dean, Inquisitor Bacon, Ishak, Nidemas, all of you here? If we were in the same region as this man, all of us will be in jail now. All of us will be in jail. Because there's people who actively speak against religion. My focus is Christianity. But once in a while, I might speak about Islam. So I would be in jail. Ron Hubbard is a known kiddie fiddler, 1980. Hubbard was charged as a pedophile and described as a lover of young boys. And we all know about Aisha and Muhammad. That the trouble is, these people have religion to hide behind. They have religion to back them up. Guys, that's all he said. Can you imagine? Well, if Christians speak out, wouldn't they be subject to the same problem as the atheists? I'm saying that this is about human rights. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, atheist, whoever, this is about human rights. Since when does someone speaking about your God, since when did that harm anyone? Who exactly is getting harmed by saying things like this? Religion is not a person, which it isn't. There is no lie in anything he has said. Not one lie detected. Religion is not a person. Long dead people are dead. Gods do not exist. So why fear analysis and critique on works attributed to them? I might be in jail just for my username. And mine as well. I'm Afro-humanist because I'm a humanist. This is the post that got him arrested. He was known for speaking out on previous occasion, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But Dean, was there any lie in the thing what he said in his post? Is there any lie? The African in one of the posts Mubarak made is comparing the prophet with another man in Lagos that called himself Prophet TB Joshua. I know Prophet TB Joshua, he's dead now, isn't he? Can you imagine someone came to me just a few days ago? They wanted to know what my beliefs are, whether I believe in the spiritual or do I believe in angels and demons and all these things. And I said, no, I don't believe in those things. And they asked me, what do I think about TB Joshua? That he did some incredible work. I said, listen, TB Joshua lied his way to the top. He scammed, schemed, he connived. There was no truth in that man whatsoever. And I asked the person, did you by any chance go and check out the dark side of TB Joshua? Did you go and look? No, you didn't look. You only see what they want you to see. I've heard people speak about TB Joshua, but the moment he died, it's like making him a saint. We somehow want to brush under the carpet everything he has done. But 20, okay, guys, do you guys think that 24 years for these comments, okay, let's say there were many comments, there were many posts. Do you think that 24 years behind bars is good enough justice? Do you think that 24 years is sufficient? Do you think it meets the does the crime equate to the punishment? The fear is instilled. If you don't follow Allah and lose your freedom to religion, you will either be killed or locked up and lose your freedom to live. But if Allah is so great, is it not better to leave the person in the hands of Allah? Let Allah deal with the person. Maybe if they left the person to Allah's hands, and maybe Barak became ill or became something evil was to happen, they'll say, oh, at least Allah is dealing with him by himself. Why do they have to act on behalf of Allah? By now you should know Nigeria. I know, Ishak, I know. I know. By now you should know Nigeria is a very good country on paper. Even on paper, Ishak, it is not. Even on paper. Which has nothing to do with Nigeria in reality. And that's why, Ishak, I worry about you yourself. I hope you're not an open atheist. Ishak, I hope you're not an open atheist. Please be mindful what you say, even on here. Even on here. I know here you can say whatever you like, but you don't know who's watching. And it looks like that's your real name as well. I worry for you. Ishak, please let us know if we should be worried, because this is right now is just it's not good. I would say true justice should be Muhammad or Allah showing up and defending themselves against the words. If you have to jail someone because they disagree with your faith, then is it worth believing? Exactly. Is it worth when you have to jail someone for speaking against your religion, the words of your book? Then why would anybody want to follow that religion when you treat people who live with such harsh treatment? There was no crime. Who who does blasphemy? Who is blasphemy? Who is the crime of blasphemy against? An unknown God or an unproven God? Hi. So 24 years is 24 too much. Now, he's been in custody for 2 years. What are the chances that those 2 years will just automatically be wiped out and they'll still expect him to serve 24 years? Ha. In South Africa, you get 10 years for stealing 500,000. 24 years is unthinkable. They're obviously trying to make a point. I agree. They're trying to make a point. There must be something, Dean, there must be something we can do as a race, as a people. There must be something that we can do. If not reduce his sentence, but to, I don't know, maybe free the man. The ultimate goal is that he is freed. Oh God. He will die in prison. Okay, guys, let's go and see here. The person who was jailed, Yusufu, it was Yusufu jailed. No, what was it now? He was sentenced to death. I've forgotten the name of the gentleman who was sentenced to death. Ishak, can you help me? The man who was sentenced to death. Sorry, I muted my mic because I was talking to my son. What's the name of the man who was sentenced to death? Um, is it Ibrahim Yusufu? I don't know. I forgot the name. Sentenced to death. Musician. He was a musician, right? Musician. Right. Musician sentenced to death in Kano. That's the one. That's it. I got the name wrong. Yahya Sharif Aminu. All right. That's it. So this was another case. I don't know if he has been killed or what. I really do not know. But he was sentenced to death. So here we have another case. Yahya Sharif Aminu, 22 years old. All young people. Young. That's why religion, the younger generation, they're growing up. They're seeing things. They're questioning things. They're asking, you know, questions. Unlike us who were just told to never ask questions of the religion. You just had to follow. So Yahya Sharif Aminu, 22, was sentenced to death on the 10th of August by a Sharia court in the northern Nigerian's northern Kano. He was convicted. Guys, listen to what he did. This is what he did that made them sentence. Just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Is there any organization trying to free Mubarak? It only happened yesterday. You know, all this while, they've been waiting for him to be brought to court. They've been waiting for charges to be laid on the man, just something, because they've just left him there and nothing's been done. So everyone has been waiting. He had lawyers. They even had a GoFundMe to help pay his lawyer fees. So everyone has been waiting for him to be brought to court, hoping that he will plead not guilty, and then there will be a process that would, go on and on. But he went to court and pled guilty. So maybe he thought by pleading guilty would mean a lighter sentence. But unfortunately, 24 years. So if there is or was there, I know some people together would talk about it here and there, but maybe now an organization will be formed. But I will definitely, hey, Godless Scammer. If God wants someone to be punished, he should come down to earth and do it himself. Maybe then we could be convinced it was actually God's will. Start the clock now. Yes, Robert, I agree. So this is another case now of a 22-year-old musician who was sentenced to death. He was convicted for sharing a song he had written and performed through a group on WhatsApp, which promoted some local politicians. His song, no, Muslims, this is not good for your religion. Mm-mm. He was promoting local politicians. And the Muslims said, no way, you cannot promote man. The only people you can promote is Muhammad or Allah. Your fellow man, no way. A song that he had written and performed through a group on WhatsApp, which promoted some local politicians to call for his execution. I think that's what it was. Wait, hang on. Wait, I think I might be reading it wrong. Wait. A mob burned down his home in March and he has received death threats. The human rights expert called for the death sentence to be overturned and for authorities to guarantee his safety and right to due process while he appeals the verdict. We are deeply concerned over the serious lack of due process in Mr. Sharif Aminu's case, especially reports that he has been held incommunicado and that he did not have access to a lawyer during his initial trial, a trial that was not open to the public. What are they trying to hide? What are they trying to hide? So the experts added that artistic expression of opinion and beliefs through songs or other media, including those seen to offend religious sensibility. How can you offend religious sensibilities? Is protected in accordance with international law. So it says here that a UN special rapporteur in the field of cultural rights, Karima Benon, one of the experts sounding the alarm, said that the application of the death penalty for artistic expression or for sharing a song on the internet is a flagrant violation of international human rights as well as Nigeria's constitution. Guys, he was sentenced to death for a song. Sentenced to death for a song. What a beautiful religion it is. What a beautiful religion this is. The problem in all these cases is Islam. That is where we should focus our attention. I agree. Okay, I think I've read that. The Afro-Humanist notes that these doesn't usually well said. Ishak, well said. That it does not usually apply to the rich and powerful, their family or close friends. The governor of Kano is an example. There are YouTube videos of some of them. Ishak, because they are rich and powerful, most of them don't even reside in Nigeria. They come and go as they please. These people, they're able to be atheists in whatever country they go to. They can be open we know what the children of the rich people are like, Ishak. We know them, we see them on social media. We see them display wealth, we see them, flashing. Nothing happens to these people, but it's usually the poor people, it's usually those ones. People target children to back up their beliefs. Even a group of flat earthers have been targeting kids on. Oh no, don't say that, dog. Pedophilia comes in many forms. Can you imagine this? And Tony Riley is one of them. Hmm. Flat earthers. Religious sensibility. Those religious sensibility. Those two words definitely do not go together. Nope, nope. Can you imagine that some people, you will get a death sentence for offending people's religious sensibilities? Anyway, let's go and have a look at the other case of the 10-year-old that was sentenced to 10-year-old. Yeah, 10-year-old sentenced to 3 years. Oh, you know what? Let's go and have a look. The other story. I'm curious. I had his picture somewhere, but let's go and see if we can see a picture of this musician, Yahya Sharif Aminu. I'm curious. Yeah, that's him. That's his picture right there. Look at him. Look at him. And guys, it looks like Yahya was a Muslim, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like he was a Muslim. It says Kano singer appeals the death sentence. Let's have a look. So did he? What did they do about that? Have they let him go or what? I'm curious. Let's see. Kano singer appeals the death sentence judgment on blasphemy. Right. Let's see what's happened. Have they? So he was sentenced to death on 10th of August and was given 30 days by the courts to appeal the judgment. Wow. Okay, nothing. There really is nothing. There's nothing untowards here. Um, hmm. There's nothing. Why did he shut the window? Sorry, guys. Can you still see me? My son's shut the blinds. This is absolutely nuts. This is insanity. Okay. Yes. Let's have a look at. Okay, so looks like this is the picture of the young boy that was sentenced to 3 years. Where's this picture now? This was the one what was circulating everywhere. This picture, this one here. Nigeria sentences teenage boy to how many? Oh, teenage boy to 10 years. No, he wasn't 10 years old then. He was a teenager. Okay, I beg your pardon. Let's see. Let's go and have a look at the story. Yeah, okay, here we go. So this 13-year-old boy was supposed to be jailed for 10 years. I thought it was 3 years. Okay, I'm getting my numbers wrong. He was 13 and was sentenced to 10. I was getting things mixed up the other. I thought he was 10, sentenced to 3 years. No, that's wrong. So he was 13, sentenced to 10 years in jail. So 13-year-old boy is jailed for 10 years for blasphemy by Nigerian Sharia courts after he used foul language towards Allah during an argument. Omar Farouk was sentenced on by a court in the same Kano state. All these cases are all in Kano state. Mm-mm-mm. Gosh. All in Kano state. UNICEF and Farouk lawyers have decried the sentence, calling it unconstitutional. They said it also breaks a number of international conventions on the rights of children, including the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, which Nigeria ratified in 2001. But the good thing in his case, it was later thrown out of court. And I mean, guys, have a look at the jail. Just look at the jail. So if you think, you know what, I think to end this, let me show you what jail looks like in Nigeria. So you can see what Mubarak is going to have for the next 24 years. How about let's do that? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is sad. This is really sad. You should contact Dr. Igwe. Okay. Yes. You know, we had the conversation with him, Jane. Oh, I don't know. Just heartbreaking. Okay, let's one second. Let me go check here. Let's guys, let me show you what jail. You know what, guys? I can hardly see. My son's okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go and turn on the light because I could hardly see. So let's have a look at what jail looks like in Nigeria, Nigerian jail. So in Nigeria, let's have a look. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here. Uh, just one second. Let's have a look at what jail looks like. Mm, 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 mm. No, this is this is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. Let's have a look. Hmm. Let's have a look at what jail looks like in Nigeria. Ishak, what's jail like in Nigeria? Can you tell us? Hmm.
Arise to convention, Nigeria solo be to say our falala, we come and spend by strength. Lele, sorrow and need, destruction never we say. To say, if our life, something we call ambition. We shall unite. The pledge. I pledge to my religion and my country, to the faithful. I am a lawyer for my country.
It's no, that's not. Okay. Right. Let's go. That's not a really good video. This is a better one. Show us what jail looks like in Nigeria.
I feel bad that why am I here? I was sentenced to death in 2014.
So when I came here, I felt very bad for more than 2 years. In fact, for about 6 months, I'll be honest with you, I did not pray.
I'm here for a case that involved me and my nephew.
Wondering who they are? They are men locked behind bars for different crime, with some wrongly accused or victims of circumstances, a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and some others just guilty as charged. Well, they are prisoners, and this is Kirikiri Prison.
This month, I complete 40 years. So, I came to prison in 2014. How did I commit offense? Yes, I commit offense. I've been in prison for 4 years. I got into prison in 2011.
Yeah, this is just talking about people's stories. I want to see what the conditions look like in. I've seen a couple of videos that show what the conditions of jail is like. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a different prison. This is Badagry prison. Oh.
Would you like to learn how to easily create an online income by making these little
Sorry guys,
passive income
this is
assets
not
that take
going
just
to be
moments to
nice
create?
to watch, but
Hey, Lord, in tears and in sorrow we come. Lord, forgive us on our iniquities. Forgive us all our sins.
Touch me one more time. Oh, God.
I need a touch of my side.
We need a touch from you, Lord. Touch me one more time. Oh, God. Touch me one more time.
So what's happening here? Church people have gone in to go and pray for these prisoners. So they're having service. They're having service as we speak. Oh, this breaks my heart. Sorry, guys. I can't deal with this. I just can't. When I see people suffering and then these people come with their religion. Oh, you know, when they tell you, Christianity will meet you at the point of your need. When you accept Jesus into your heart, he'll come in and he'll do. They usually target people who are down on their luck. They will target people who are in very dire situations. Because what other option do you have? You don't really have any other options. When you're starving like this and someone comes along with some little food and say, okay, if I preach to you, would you accept my Jesus and I will give you food? Does Nigeria have a separate Muslim or non-Muslim legal system? Yes, but monkey for banana. What's a name? Monkey for banana. In the states that have the Sharia law, you'll find that the Sharia law would supersede the secular laws. So they would fight to have the Sharia laws. Right, Ishak? Am I right in saying that the Nigerian government like borrowing money internationally? If you go after that money, they will change anything just for that. I thought it's a jail. Looks like hell. Yes, church service. Yes. and they will go there in trying to offer these people food and little basic things. But of course, they've got to preach to them. They've got to ask them to give their lives to Christ first. Sorry, I just can't deal with this. Beach, that's a good question, Beach. Beach, look at these people. Just have a look at these people. We have to make them kneel in reverence to Jesus, in reverence to Yahweh. They need food. They don't need your Jesus. They don't need your Allah, Yahweh, whatever. They don't need any of that. How do we treat people like this? And look at the pastor. He's going there. Can we at least not have them on their knees? Why do we need prisoners to be in this position for your God? Why? Look at the faces. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Mm-mm. What are the chances that these people have been told that if they don't give their lives to Christ, they're going to hell? What are the chances that these people have been told that, oh, you think that this prison is bad? You think that what you're going through here is bad? If you do not receive my Jesus, it's going to be a million times worse. What are the chances that that's what these people have been told? They've been told that, in fact, what you're going through right now is heaven. But if you don't receive our Savior, you're going to go through even worse. Guys, the problem with religion is, I don't know. It says, why does faith look so painful? We need prisoners to be, they're already prisoners. They're already in a bad situation. I was hoping that we'll be able to see a video of what the prison looks like. Yes, you see the overcrowding. And Dean, most of the prisons in Nigeria don't have, so like here in the UK, you have where the young people are kept, where the older people are kept, where people that have the most violent crimes are kept. people that have, just milder crimes, they kept somewhere different. But in Nigeria, there's nothing like that. Everyone's just thrown in one place. The women might be kept separate, but the men, the men have it really bad. The men have it really, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. They're already in hell. But dog, these people are going to be told that this hell that they think they're in is heaven compared to what will happen to them if they don't receive Jesus. Trust me, that's the only way these people are right here in the front, kneeling down, hands up in the air, and wanting to receive whatever these pastors have got to offer. Otherwise, what else? I'm sure they're thinking anything that is worse than what I'm going through now, I don't want it. Ah, this is painful. Sorry, guys. I need to go see what the conditions. Uh, have a look at what the conditions. Right. This is a must see. The 10 worst prisons in Nigeria. Mm-mm-mm.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your boy Tony. In today's video, I'll be running you guys through the 10 worst prisons in Nigeria. If you're watching this video right now, you're probably a free man and you should count yourself lucky. Lucky because not everybody who are in prison today are actually guilty of what they are accused of. But still they're in prison. So before we get started, if this is your first time in my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the notification bell. If you find this video interesting, please share this video with your friends, give me a huge thumbs up. Let's get started. At number 10, we have the Suleja prisons, Niger State, Nigeria. In this prison, one of the driving factors is congestion. This prison has exceeded 3 times the capacity it should hold. According to my source, the research I found is that the situation is so bad that change from the prison causes a few wardens to wear face masks while they go about their duties. At number 9, we have the Abakaliki prisons, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. God of Zachariah. The state of the Abakaliki prisons is nothing but horrific. The condition of the prison has deteriorated to the level of being seen as one of the worst prisons in Nigeria, which led to the revolt of inmates, which left a lot of inmates and warders injured. This revolt by inmates was because they got fed up of the poor living standard which they have been subjected to for years. At number 8, we have the Maiduguri Maximum Prison, Borno State, Nigeria. The prison is located in a state where terrorists find the safe haven, so you should most likely know what to expect. The prison is so bad that inmates lose their minds out of sheer suffering. The congestion at the Maiduguri Maximum Prison is a horrible level of its own. Feeding and hygiene are so.
Guys, is it going too fast? I think it might be a bit too fast. Let's see. Let's cut it down to 1.25. Yeah, this is just a look at what prisons look like in Nigeria. Life is bad enough as it is over there. So the politicians, they don't bother to put money in prisons. Oh, no. So you find that prisons in Nigeria would be the most rundown looking place. Most of these people do not have a bed to sleep on. They don't have a bed to sleep on. They sleep on the floor. They sleep on, oh my goodness. Do a search on conditions in Nigeria prison. Okay, all right, let's do that. Let's see. Conditions. Okay, let's see what this is. It's only 2 minutes long, so it shouldn't be too bad. Imagine living 24 years in this.
Inmates take a sociology class. It's part of an effort to rehabilitate criminals, but there are few opportunities to learn because of the lack of facilities and overcrowding. The prison was built for 560 inmates, but there are over 900.
Gosh. The prison was built for 500 inmates, but there are over 900 in there. Overcrowding. That's the all prisons in Nigeria are overcrowded, all of them. So let me take that back a second.
Learn because of the lack of facilities and overcrowding. The prison was built for 560 inmates, but there are over 900. Chukwudi Isobi has been inside for 3 years. He's still waiting for a trial. He's accused of stealing a car.
The criminal justice process and that of education, both of them are very necessary in the sense that everyone that enters here is believing that someday he'll be out, and that will be achieved through criminal justice system. While the person is here waiting for the time of him being going out, he need to be reformed.
4 times 2 will give us what? The Nigerian Prison Service says it's doing its best to educate some 62,000 inmates in around 240 facilities. It provides primary and secondary education and the opportunity for some to get a degree. The lack of government funding for Nigerian prisons and detention centres means they can't provide adequate educational facilities. Non-governmental organisations working with prisoners say the lack of spending could lead to reoffending. And so the new initiative by CURE, Nigeria's one and only prison reform group to build libraries in prisons, is important. But some prisons lack the capacity to even receive books. Many are kept in storerooms collecting dust.
When you go into the prisons, it is a very pathetic situation because in most of the prisons, there are no even spaces. There are no spaces dedicated for libraries. Even prisons that were built as recently as 2002, provisions were not made for.
Okay, guys, I don't know if you've noticed something among the prisoners. They all have their heads shaved. That's part of prison life. Your head has to be shaved, and when it is shaved, it's not with clippers. No, they use blade. You know the blade, those little blades. They use that. All prisoners have to have their heads completely shaven with blades. I'm curious to know what Bala looks like right now. I don't know. It's pathetic. Just one more video and we'll be done with this. Because I'm coming back later on. These are women. Oh, I'm curious. What do the women prisons look like?
Want to know the best way to potentially make a big income online? It's by making lots of small incomes online.
What do the women prisons look like?
Recently, the federal government changed the name of the Nigeria Prison Service to the Nigerian Correctional Service, following a bill that was passed by the 8th Assembly. A key provision of the bill in Section 12, subsection 2C, states that a condemned prisoner on death row can have their sentence reduced to life imprisonment after 10 years without being executed. While this does not translate to the abolition of capital punishment, it has, however, raised hope among proponents of abolition of the death penalty.
We also welcome the fact that the death penalty is not carried out frequently, only 7 times in the last decade, resulting in a kind of de facto moratorium on executions. We express concern for the fact that Nigeria continues to have many death sentences, despite the proven fact that this is not a deterrent factor for new crimes to be committed, and that, on the contrary, state violence increases rather than decreases the level of violence in society. Therefore, we urge Nigerian policymakers and governments to be part of the growing worldwide movement, especially also in African countries. The majority of the African Union's member states have actually legally abolished the death penalty or applied a de facto moratorium on capital punishment, to withdraw from capital punishment and to move towards abolition of the death penalty.
Nigeria last executed 3 individuals in 2016. By the end of 2000.
Okay, Dean, you just sent me a video. Let's go and have a look at that because I'd rather have videos that show you exactly what the prisons look like. History. There we go. So eyewitness report on Oh, sorry guys. Sorry. I thought I was showing you the video. I apologize. I'm the only one watching the video. Sorry. Sorry guys. You guys are just staring at me. Sorry. Share. Okay. Here we go.
Federal Republic of Nigeria, isn't it? Yes. That is why you are doing a fine day. And we Wonders, we need to modify your character so that we
You
can
need to
integrate you
modify
to
your
the
character.
society.
A casual look around shows a well-kept environment with sit-outs, sporting facilities, and a love garden where prisoners of both the Christian and Islamic faith come together to iron out issues.
Christianity and Islam, I do not believe that we should in any way despise one another. I believe in oneness, and that's why I built this. So there is no discrimination amongst us, there's oneness amongst us, and this brings us together. I always tell my inmates, if you have a quarrel with one another, come, sit down in here, and remember that this is what brings us together. This is our bond. This is what makes us one family. So if you sit down, you can talk to each other, you know. Yeah. Like if I'm quarreling with Mrs. Ario now, I say, Mr. Ario, I'm not happy with you. But as we're saying the love garden, we'll talk about it and then we'll forgive one another.
Life behind these walls is highly regimented. The inmates have their daily routine and strict compliance is expected.
Morning, sir. Morning. Still live. 82 are waiting for your expressing, sir. Amen. Thank you. Carry on. We come for inspection to make sure their cells are clean and to be sure that the nets are not torn, the cobwebs keep away the bugs. We just want to make sure that they're living a healthy environment as a whole. And at the end of everything, we need to show them some love, make them feel very comfortable. I am their mother. I'm not a stranger to them. And so after that, we just show them some sugar, you know. So what we do is go from bed to bed, check and make sure the beds are neat, the sheets are okay, select the best, the cleanest, you know, in order to encourage the others to also try and keep their corners clean. That's all we do.
Dean, nah. I'm not sold by this. I am not sold at all. Because they knew that the cameras were coming. So they got the best mattresses. Look at the beds looking nice. Nah, this is not what prison looks like on a good day. No way. No way. This is just not it. This is just not it. Anyways, no, these people, this is just they show you the good parts, but no, guys, I think that's it for now. I'll come back later on. Gosh, I had another live stream that I'd planned to do about children that go missing in church. There's a disturbing occurrence that's going on in Africa right now. Children, mothers take their kids to church. The child goes to church with mom and dad. They take the child to Sunday school and the child disappears. Right now, there's a case going on. This child has disappeared, and the pastor's putting the blame on the mother. The pastor is even arrested, tried to get the police to arrest the mother. The mother she's a disabled, poor lady. Another one, was it last year or the year before? Another baby, 1.5 years old. Mom went to church, and the baby was with her inside the main church, and she was told, "Oh, take your baby to the children." She said, "No, I don't want my baby. I want my baby." They said, "No, you know." So she was convinced to take her child to The children's section, when it was time for her to go and collect her child was nowhere to be found. Child disappeared. There's another case in another place where a child disappeared in church, and the pastor and his wife had used the child for sacrifice. They had killed the 4-year-old as sacrifice. Because, most of these pastors, they know that claiming Christianity and the Bible gets them easy money, but they still would serve all these other deities and all these things. They would do sacrifices to boost the church. So one juju person would tell them, bring a child that we can kill, and then you'll see your business will grow. So you find that most of these pastors, well, not most of them, some of them, what they're doing now is they're sacrificing children to boost their business, their church business. Afro-humanist. Looks staged. Yes, Dean, it looks staged. That prison. Did you see the fat mattresses? No, that's not what a Nigerian jail looks like. No, unfortunately. No. The lady who was speaking, did you see her with her? I think it was Adidas. What was she wearing? Adidas with the. Nah, that's all just. They're just putting that up for the cameras. That's not how it works. Afrin, would you like a nicer video to leave the stream on? Okay, yes. Suggest something. This just makes me so angry. I just have to log off and center myself. Northern Lights. I am addressing my foreign office later today, so I need to formulate my thoughts and gather my facts. The next live stream I'm going to do later on today, when children go missing in the church. There's a case right now as we speak, of a child that's gone missing. No one is talking about the child. They're concerned about the image of the pastor, his image, that they're trying to put him down. The pastor is even making threats. Anyone who is coming against the work of God, anyone accusing me of something I haven't done, let God of thunder fire them. Let God of this, that. Terrible people. The kids aren't missing. They're all with Angelina Jolie and Elton John. Angelina Jolie and Elton John. So you sent me a video. Let's have a look what you sent me. The dog song. What's the dog song? Okay, we're going to have a look at what the dog. So, Inquisitor Bacon has put the dog song, something that we can watch to. Okay, let's go and have a look what that is. The duck song. Let's have a look at the. Inquisitor Bacon wants us to watch the duck song. So let's go and have a look at the duck song. Share screen. The duck song. Inquisitor Bacon. What's this one?
A duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any grapes? The man said, no, we just sell lemonade, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade. Can I get
Duck song?
Tell me the duck story. A duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any grapes? The man said, no, we just sell lemonade, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade. Can I get you a glass? The duck said, I'll pass. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day, when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any grapes? The man said, no, like I said yesterday, we just sell lemonade, okay? Why not give it a try? The duck said, goodbye. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day, when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any grapes? The man said, look, this is getting old. I mean, lemonade's all we've ever sold. Why not give it a go? The duck said, how about no? Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day, when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any grapes? The man said, that's it. If you don't stay away, duck, I'll glue you to a tree and leave you there all day stuck. So don't get too close. The duck said, adios. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day, when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, got any glue? What? Got any glue? No, why would I? Oh, then one more question for you. Got any grapes? And the man just stopped. Then he started to smile. He started to laugh. He laughed for a while. He said, come on, Duck, let's walk to the store. I'll buy you some grapes, so you won't have to ask anymore. So they walked to the store, and the man bought some grapes. He gave one to the duck, and the duck said, no thanks. But you know what sounds good? It would make my day. Do you think this store? Do you think this store? Do you think this store has any lemonade? Then he waddled away.
Okay, guys, to finish this, I'm going to show you. This is a video someone sent me. That, you know, if you guys remember, the last time I came here, I said I've got a confession. I've got a sign for Jesus, and I showed you guys Jesus on a toast, a slice of toast. And someone sent me this and said, you need to see this. So I'm going to show you guys. It's only about a minute long, so it's not a long video. You guys need to see this. Haunted toaster. This is a haunted toaster. Okay, let's see. Haunted toaster. It's annoyingly catchy. Yes, Danisha. Hello, Danisha. All right. A haunted toaster. Let me tell you, there's some weird things on YouTube. Okay. The haunted toaster. Here we go.
In the beginning, it was a little hard to believe, and I'd go home at night and I say, well, this is crazy. This is a little too weird for me. But after 4 years, you kind of get into the swing of it. It becomes normal. I mean, after you've seen a haunted toaster.
Right here where it says put one slice, we heard, I am the devil.
What kind of voice did the devil have?
A very low voice, I'd say sounded like Eli Wallach.
Have you saved any of this satanic toast?
Yes, I did save it because I wanted to be sure that somebody else would see it. Now this one, Can you see that, Richard? Satan lives.
Guys, that comes from the haunted toaster. Satan lives. Guys, look what the haunted toaster produced. Satan lives. Satan lives. Okay, let's see the rest of this.
Just terrible.
Is the toaster still possessed?
We still have trouble off and on with it, yes. Oh, see now it's.
I just hold it down.
It seems to be aware.
Why have you kept this toaster?
Well, Richard, you know, when all is said and done, it makes good toast.
For today, Boyd Matson, NBC News, Boca Raton, Florida.
In the beginning, it was a little hard to believe,
Haunted
and I
toaster.
go home at night and I say,
let's
well,
watch
this is
that
crazy.
again.
This
We've got
is
to see this
a little
again.
too weird for me. But after 4 years, you kind of get into the swing of it. It becomes normal. I mean, after you've seen our haunted toaster.
Right here where it says put one slice, we heard, I am the devil.
What kind of voice did the devil have?
A very low voice, I'd say sounded like Eli Wallach.
Have you saved any of this satanic toast?
Yes, I did save it because I wanted to be sure that somebody else would see it. Now this one, can you see that, Richard? Satan lives. Just terrible.
Is the toaster still possessed?
We still have trouble off and on with it, yes. Oh, see now it's.
I just hold it down.
It seems to be aware.
Why have you kept this toaster?
Well, Richard, you know, when all is said and done, it makes good toast.
For today, Boyd Matson, NBC News, Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay, guys, that's it. I'll be back later on, okay? Later on, we will be talking about children that go missing when they go to church with mom and dad. When children go to church, church should be a place of safety. Church should be a place where children can spend time with other kids and go back home safe. But unfortunately, some kids go to church and are never seen again. They're gone. So yes, guys, I'll see you guys later on in about, let's see, what time is it now? In about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Just look out for me. I'll be back. Okay, guys? So enjoy the rest of your morning or afternoon, and I will see you all later on. Okay? Bye, everyone.